Hey guys, it's Noah here with Custom RC Mods. Welcome back out to the park tonight. As you can see, we've got the Strix Nano Goblin all ready for its first maiden flight, at least one in my hands as the new owner of this. And I'm really excited. Apparently you can get 45 plus minute flight times out of this. So I've got my voltage checker right here that will be incrementally checking in with this thing, see if that's actually true. If I can go 5 minutes and still have, 90% of the battery, that's going to be insane. And I'm really ready to see if that works. I also have my FPV goggles right here. I doubt I'll be flying FPV with them tonight, but I just want to record DVR for you guys because, of course, we have the micro cam all mounted up on there. If you guys did not watch the original little, build and like repair video as well as the unboxing, those will both be linked down below if you want to check them out, where I go ahead and get this thing airworthy. So yeah, for now, let's just go ahead and get this thing up in the air and see how it flies. And I'll keep you posted on how things go later. All right, guys, we're ready to fly. We've got the DVR recording down below so you can see what we're looking at right here. It's time to go ahead and get this thing up in the air. Such little static thrust of this plane. But yeah, I think we're ready to hit the skies, so here we go. There we go. This thing is just quiet. Does not need any of that up trim that I had in it originally. I had a decent amount of upward reflex, and man, this thing does not like the wind. Most planes don't mind it, but this thing is just silent. Wow. So upwind, now we're going downwind. It's more of an angle. Yeah, but this thing is really lightweight. But I mean, seriously, lots of fun here. Again, really getting bobbled around in that wind, but CG is spot on. My rates are not bad at all for this. A little sluggish it feels, so next time I land, I'm definitely gonna head up my rates just so I have a little bit more travel and a little bit more room to do more intense maneuvers. But hey, probably not a bad starting point for FPV on this airplane right here. I'm just probably gonna have to wait for a super calm day to try it out because this thing is smooth until you get up into the wind. But hey, I mean, again, completely quiet, which is interesting. It's probably because it has that low noise prop on it, which you probably heard about if you watch my Mini Scout videos. It's running a 5-inch version of that on the Mini Scout. This is a 3-inch version from Jump Fan. So other than that, like seriously, this thing is flying nice, consistent. Wish I had a little more throw, like I said. I feel like I'm not as confident with this thing at the moment, but I'm like at a quarter throttle and I still have enough power to fly. Need some down. Wow, pixel speed too. Had to duck for that one. Tracking pretty much straight. Still needs a little bit of down trim. Getting it all trimmed out and ready for flight. But dang, this thing is an interesting flying experience. It feels like you don't have a lot of power. There's not a lot of static thrust available. So what that means basically is in a pinch, you're not going to have a lot of power at your fingertips. However, you get this thing going and look at that. It has some crazy power for that little like 1306 or 1406 motor. I'm not exactly totally sure, but the motor's from Cobra Motors. Again, prop is a 3-inch Gem Fan tri-blade. But seriously, this thing, little bullet. I mean, it's not probably as crazy as the real Strix Goblin, the bigger one, but this Nano Goblin is seriously flying pretty nicely out today. Just doing some fast passes back and forth. Does do barrel rolls, and of course probably loops. Yep, loops. Again, my rates are really low on this airplane right here, so I'm probably not going to get all that, maneuverable aerobatic performance that I'm really desiring, that I've really got out of the original Strix, or the flight test Goblin when I built that. I'm hoping to get my hands on an actual Strix Goblin, the bigger one, here pretty soon. I'm not totally sure. I might get my hands on a Strato Surfer or a bigger Recruit. I'm not totally sure yet. I'm working with Ready Made RC just to do some more product reviews and things like that here in the future. That's another big channel announcement there. As this channel keeps growing and growing, I have some companies that are going to be I've reached out to, and they've reached out to me as well. So that's really awesome. But again, this thing is just a lot of fun, and again, it flies really nice and, you know, slows down very nicely as well. I can pretty much have full control, even a half throttle, which is surprising. It feels kind of slow and sluggish on the throttle, but like, this is such a lightweight airframe anyway. Like, dang, this is the epitome of smooth. I would say I need a little bit more nose weight to keep this thing kind of planted and tracking straight, especially in this wind, but other than that, you know, it's flying really nice. Gonna have a lot of fun FPV with this machine. A lot of fun. Can't wait. I mean, of course I said I need a little bit of a calmer night because this thing is getting tossed around pretty crazy in here. And that's our 5-minute timer, and I'm interested to see what voltage this battery is at 5 minutes. So let's go ahead and bring it in for a landing. There's my 5-minute timer going off right there. These just glide forever and ever, so let's go ahead and do another little go around here. Whoa. Need a little bit more elevator throw, that's for sure. Could probably catch it if I really wanted to. There she is. Alright guys, so we have the Strix Goblin right here. It's time to check our percentage left in the battery, our cell count, voltage. And we're going to plug our cell meter right in just like that to our 2S balance port. You can see we are at 84% battery, which is, you know, that is really, really good. If we keep this up, we can definitely get over half an hour on here. We have 4.05 or 06 basically if we round up volts to cell, so that's really good, even higher on the other two cells. So hey, I'm really excited about that. I'm gonna make some little changes to the way that this thing flies in my transmitter with some rates, and then we'll get back up in the air. With these planes, every time I put the battery in, I like to check CG just to make sure we're doing good on our CG. A little bit nose down. Time to go ahead and get this plane up in the air. Still going strong. That is 90% rate right there. I was originally flying at 70%, but now we're at 90%, and this feels a lot better. It does have pretty good penetration on it. It does wobble a little bit, but that's to be expected. Respectable speeds too, so you can see it's holding pretty straight and true here in these winds. Yeah, that's not bad on the roll right there. Let's take a look at our loops. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. It's kind of hard to trim this out because, again, it's a lightweight plane. If a one wind gust hits it from a wrong angle, of course, it can just kind of move your wing all around. So it's really hard to get an accurate trim in here, but looks like we still have a little slight up tendency on this airplane. But, I mean, seriously, this thing is really smooth, and I'm quite surprised by it. I mean, it's, like I said, not overly fast, but it's just super smooth. You can probably fly this thing till you're completely bored out of your mind, which is a really cool factor with this plane. And I mean, there's some sort of brake engaged on this ESC because you can see the motor's already stopped. I don't know if that's just the drag of these smaller motors and the less, you know, centrifugal force of the prop. They'll keep it going on this little 3-inch, but I don't know what's up with that. But either way, if there's some brake, I'm probably going to take it off because that can cause damage or less life to your motor in the end. And these smaller brushless motors do tend to last not quite as long as the larger ones. The components are a little bit more delicate, so. But hey, this thing is a lot of fun to fly. If you guys are on the fence of getting one of these things, I mean, seriously, it just screams fun to me. I mean, FPV is probably even more fun than this, but just flying line of sight is plenty satisfying. Doesn't quite have linear rolls, which is kind of interesting. Doesn't quite have the linear roll capacity. I'm not exactly sure what's up with that because the FT Goblin has linear rolls on it. They're pretty much the same body shape, body setup on the stabilizers and everything like that, but maybe it's the wing design, the airfoil design. I'm not totally sure, but hey, again, I mean, not much to complain about. I don't do a lot of barrel rolls, but Yeah, you could definitely fly this thing till you get bored of it. Alright, let's go ahead and bring this in for a landing real quick and just wrap up the video so you don't just get bored of me doing circles. Just around like so. Oh, it's going to be a far landing, but I'm committed to it. No tip stalls at all. Alright, and there it is, guys. That's it for tonight's flight with the Strix Nano Goblin. Love this thing. You're definitely going to be seeing more of it in the future. Hopefully you enjoyed that FPV feed, assuming it's still recording on the DVR. But hey, really quality airplane here. I'm happy with the results after flying this plane. And I'll probably keep flying a little more off camera, just see if we can get that battery voltage drained down, get a full 45-minute flight in or whatever. But anyway, let's just go ahead and head to the outro right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.